to go somewhere. Hold on, sit tight. You're gonna get slung around a little bit, but just sit tight. This was the easy part. This was the warmer. We just experienced the warmer. Now we about to go. We about to go up and down and sling around a little bit. Deuteronomy 28:36.
Yahuwah will bring you and the king, whom you set over you, to a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known.
So this is the curse. The Most High gonna take you and son. The what I told y'all, the Most High got this thing bothering me, and it's just been bothering me. The what?
The king.
No, we are kings, plural. Everybody's a king. My son's a king. You're a king. All the men's a king. All the women's are kings. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is what the curse has done to us. And they feel good by calling themselves a king or a queen. We can't treat our queens like this. We can't treat the kings. Your king, the king shouldn't do this. Our kings are better than that. This is how our people are talking. This is foolishness. Nowhere in scripture do you read this madness. I told you, our people will come back and look at us talking about kings. We're going to get slapped in the face. There is only one. How many times we have to go over the scripture? One mighty one. Yahuwah will be that one. One kingdom. It was split in two, and you got two kings. Now we split into. I don't even know what kind of split this is when everybody's king. I'm so thankful no one came to the channel and called me a king. I had to do a serious correction. A serious correction with scripture, of course. One mighty one. One land. One nation. We're supposed to be one nation, one kingdom, one king. One king at a time.
You know, it's funny. A lot of the nations that actually have their own nation don't call themselves kings.
No,
because they know.
They know. Only a fool will run around calling himself a king. Foolish. My son just made a strong point. The real kings in the earth today, they don't run around calling themselves kings. They don't do this. Spain has a king. You have a king. That's closer to right. We got presidents of a corporation. You have a king of a kingdom. They set what we're doing now up as a business. The king, family, singular. And anytime you read this in scripture, you're going to see the king.
Yahuwah will bring you and the king whom you set over you to a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known. And there you shall serve other mighty ones, wood and stone.
You gotta stop. The period say stop. Stop. If there was more to read, we had to stop right here. And there you shall serve other mighty ones. Remember this. And there you shall serve other mighty ones. Does this mean we're going to wake up and we're going to know we're in the lands of our captivity and then we're going to start serving the Most High in the lands of our captivity? Y'all know the answer to that. No, this is not what this means. You shall serve other mighty ones. Now, we have to identify these mighty ones. You shall serve. We ain't serving the Most High. If we were serving the Most High, he's saying, you shall serve me. This is why we can boldly proclaim to the world. Everyone in Babylon's and the other lands we were scattered to, they are serving other mighty ones. We can't serve the Most High in these lands. It's impossible. Not according to what we believe. It's according to what he said. There, you shall serve other mighty ones. We really have to identify these mighty ones. Deuteronomy 28, 47 through 49.
Because you did not serve Yahuwah your Elohim with gladness of heart.
Okay, hold on. See, we gonna serve other mighty ones in the lands of our captivity because we didn't serve the Most High with gladness. We weren't happy to serve him. We weren't glad to serve him. We took it as, oh yeah, we got to bring our offering. We got to do this, and we got to plant our seed, and we just been doing the same thing over and over. You have to be careful with the daily routines of life and know and understand why and what you are doing. If not, you will lose focus. We can't come into these classes and just think, oh, it's just another class. It's just another Shabbat. And what we're gonna do the same old thing we done the last other Shabbats that we had. No, says the Most High. He gotta, listen, his knowledge is infinite. You can't handle all of his knowledge. I can't handle all of his knowledge. He only reveals to us a little at a time. We've been tiptoeing all around this subject. Tiptoeing, not going into it, not touching it. We've never done this. And do you hear anybody online going into this subject? No. And our people in the lands of their captivity, they truly need to know this. We finished this thing. I'm like, man, our people need to know this. This is one of those messages that need to go out. They need to know this.
For the abundance of everything.
He gave the people abundance of everything.
Therefore, you shall serve your enemies.
You shall serve who?
Your enemies.
So, who? Listen, this is why we had to learn who's our enemy. Who's the enemy? You shall serve your enemies.
Whom Yahuwah will send against you in hunger.
You're going to be hungry. You're going to go to him for food.
In thirst.
You're going to be thirsty. You're going to go to him for water. Scripture teaches us when they went off into captivity, they said we had to pay for water. Never in their life did they ever have to pay for water. Water was always free. But today we have to pay for water. And now it's normal. It became law. Nothing wrong with it. The Most High is shaking his head at all of us. Paying for water. And don't you be buying and selling. Nakedness.
And in need of everything.
So we listen. We have to. He clothed us. He feeds us. Everything you need. He could go on and on and on right here. Just listen. Keep going. But no, in everything. In need of everything you need, you got to go to your enemy. Yep.
And he will put a yoke of iron on your neck until he has destroyed you.
Bondage. In the land of your captivity, you will walk in bondage. Uh-oh. I just saw this. Uh-oh. I gotta say this. In the lands of our captivity, we have men and women. They call themselves Hebrew Israelites. They call themselves prophets, pastors, evangelists, apostles. These men are multi-millionaires, but they have a yoke of iron around their neck. It's a bondage. And they don't know it. They have homes, cars, lands. They have all of this, but there is a yoke around their neck. Bondage. They stuck in Babylon. This is the worst. Don't look at them and envy them. Don't look at them and think a certain way. Why they have this? Why they have that? They're.
It's not a baraka that's given to you by the evil.
No, it's not.
It's just an illusion.
It is. That's all it is. And see, the YouTubers that say they in the truth, they always talking about this illusion. But they never seem to go deep into it because they're in Babylon. They're still in the illusion. You can't even see the illusion unless you're out of it. And I mean out of it for some time. This illusion is real.
Yahuwah will bring a nation against you from afar.
This nation he gonna bring against us is from afar.
From the end of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
As swift as the eagle flies.
Hold it. Hold it because we're getting a clue. The bird is an eagle. Remember this. We know what that American bird is. We know the birds Europeans like to use. We know the birds the Russians like to use. We know this bird. Eagle. That's a clue. That's a hint.
a nation whose language you will not understand.
You will not understand this language. Man, we ready for. Before we go into Cush, we have to see something here. We have to reveal something shocking and something we've never even thought or imagined. What I'm about to say will sound like blasphemy. It's the Shabbat. It's true. But when he says you're going to serve other mighty ones, that's exactly what he meant. When he said you're going to serve your enemies, that's exactly what he meant. When he said this, he knew what he was talking about. Did the Most High know what he was talking about?
Most definitely.
So who's our enemy? Shair? Who's running Babylon? Who's running the world? Shair runs and rules the world. Remember, he the head of all nations right now. All nations must have come to the United Nations. Who's the head of the United Nations? Shair. It ain't the Chinese. It's definitely not Ishmaelites. It's none of those people. They got to go through Shair to be a part of this united world government. And anyone that's not united with this government, they are enemies to them. They're known as enemies. So Shair is much bigger than people say he is. Shair is much bigger than what we formerly thought. Shair is a mighty one. Listen. He is a mighty one dwelling on the earth today. He just don't come out and say, I'm a mighty one. He know his role. He just walk in it.
It's almost like Nimrod, honestly. Controlling the one. It's like Nimrod was very open about it.
Yeah, he is. He is, and we're about to show where this came from. So when he said you're going to go serve other mighty ones, he was talking about us going serving Shair, which makes him a mighty one, who had the power to go across the water and steal people, human trafficking, in slave ships, who had the power to conquer the new world where the natives were, who had the power and killed up the people strategically. Yes, he did. So in order to become this, in order to take over a kingdom, in order to become the mighty one, you must take out the mighty one. Here we go. We're going to prove this stuff. All stuff must be proved. We have to prove it. Genesis 10, 8 and 9.
Cush begot Nimrod.
Cush begot Nimrod.
He began to be a mighty one on the earth.
All right, we're going to show how he became a mighty one on the earth. We have to show this. We've shown it before. We have to show it again because we have new people. We're going to show just how, the Bible don't say how. Do the Bible teach us how he became a mighty one? We got to go somewhere else to get help here.
He was a mighty hunter.
Remember, hunter. The mighty ones and hunters, they kind of go hand in hand. Shair, hunter, rough, rugged life. Make our lives rough.
Mighty hunter before Yahuwah. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before Yahuwah.
They had a saying. Y'all don't know what this means. You got to know the story. They had a saying that they would say, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before Yahuwah. Everybody knew Yahuwah at this time. Nimrod knew Yahuwah. Nimrod served Yahuwah. He just went off. We can't look at people and not look at the entire life and say, man, this man was walking with the Most High, because we can learn something. If not, we'll be walking with the Most High and then we no longer walking with him anymore. We have to learn from this. How did Shair become a mighty one? Like, in order to take out a king and his kingdom, you must kill the king and take his kingdom. You become the king. At this time, Nimrod was the mighty one. Jasher 27, 1 through 11.
And Shair at that time